fantasy and adventure. Today our special art word is tilt, and we have a great time drawing tilting people. Now first we'll draw a couple people running, and later on, when we get over to the Secret City mural, we'll add a whole line of moonbots walking to the theater on the moonscape. Now cartoonist Grosso's here today, and he's going to create a flipbook using Cindy, Zebtron, Metaman, and me. Now this ought to be fun. Now I know you want to become a member of the Secret City Club, and so Zebtron will tell you just how easy it is to join. Now here's what you need to follow along. You ready? You need your drawing pad, your drawing pencil, and your guest notebook so you can make notes on how to create a flipbook. Now, you gather those materials together, and I'll be right back. So do you feel energetic today? Are you in your super positive attitude? Okay, how about together we conquer this flat piece of paper and draw? Ready? Okay, loosen up all your hands, get those kinks out, and let's master this piece of paper. Let's command it, and let's draw some three-dimensional drawings. Now we'll use all the magic words, and we'll use that special art word, which is tilt. If you take a line and you tilt it down, you create a little bit of action in your drawing. Makes your drawing or your characters look like they're moving across the paper. So let's draw a picture here of a person tilting like it's running across the paper. Now, don't draw a vertical line. We'll push that line down just a bit. We'll tilt this line. Tilting a tree or tilting a house onto a little bit of caricature you're drawing. So if you drew a house straight up and down, it's a normal house. But if you tilt the house, it makes it a little more interesting, just like a log. We'll use the tilt line here to create that action line in this cartoon character. All right, now draw the head about right here. And then we'll lightly sketch in where the body's going to go. This is where the body is, but I'm going to put a coat flapping back here in the wind. We'll draw the back of the coat and the front part of the coat. And we'll draw the arms reaching out in front of this character like he's really racing, trying to grab something, like he's chasing after a bus or something. Draw his arms tapering out in front of him. Draw the back of his hand. Draw the palm of his hand. And then draw the fingers reaching out in front of him, following this. The whole thrust of the body is going toward the left right there. Draw the nose up in the air just a bit, like he's really looking, racing fast, and there's his eye right here. Now, do you recognize what magic word I'm using right here? I'm going to draw that eye behind this near eye. Remember what that is? Overlapping, right? And I'll draw the near eye, the far eye looking. And, well, he can be racing down the street, but he's still in a good mood. He has a positive attitude, right? Even though he's missing the bus by about 30 seconds, he's still chuckling about it, going, I wonder how I'm going to get downtown. And then here's his hair flapping back in the wind. And then there's his ear. And then there's his other arm back there. Draw the thumb, and then draw the other fingers like bananas. Just count bananas. 1 banana, 2 banana, 3 banana, and then you'll have the back hand. This tapers down. There's the sleeve, and there's the sleeve. And you can put a little bit of tone to his whole coat here, flapping back in the wind into his arm behind here. Draw the belt. And let's draw the near leg coming up in front like he's really getting that pavement underneath his feet and running really fast. Okay, there's the back of his leg, and then it comes down to his calf right here. Draw a sock. And let's draw the foot flapping up here like he's really about to take a giant step down here on the ground. Now, the back leg follows this guideline, follows our tilting line, tapers down to the knee, and then it slants up just a bit. Slants up just a bit, and then we'll draw the sock here again, and just make the foot pulling back here. See? It flaps back in the wind. Then we'll draw a shadow in direction 1 on the ground, like he's really catching some air, huh? Just really racing along. And there's this little guy tilting. Now, since I toned in the jacket part, I'll leave the belt white and I'll leave the pants white, but I'll tone in right along here, and I'll tone in right underneath his foot. How about drawing a little fellow tilting on a skateboard. Now, you know, it's a real challenge getting a crowd of people in a drawing, like creating the illusion that the artist wants. Now, take a look at this fine painting for ideas for your drawing. See, if you visit your local art museum or your library, you get really neat ideas for your drawings. Now, I wanted to add that tilt to a little fellow on a skateboard going the opposite way. I just had this idea because of the neat action that the skateboard has. Let's draw a tilt going this direction right here. Draw the face. Draw the jacket curving back here in the wind. We'll draw the belly right here. There's the bottom of the belt. The arm, let's make the arm going straight up in the air here. And his hand, the back of his hand's right here. There's the palm of his hand. All right. And then you draw his fingers racing forward like this. There's his thumb. There's his eyes. His eyes are looking forward. Again, I use that overlapping. There's his big grin right here. There's his lip, his chin. And his hair's going back behind his hand. His other hand's up in the air, too. You can see the cuff of his shirt. There's his thumb again. And his three fingers slanting back here. And then I'll make both of his feet down here on the skateboard. See, they're all tilting down. Draw his socks, and his foot comes forward. Direction, what direction is this? Direction 7, direction 1. And draw the top of his foot. Now this is that near leg. Now here's the far leg, it's the peekaboo leg, and it matches this leg almost exactly. You see that peekaboo foot? Here's the front of the skateboard. You see? How about putting a little kick fin on the skateboard? We'll tilt the skateboard up right here. I'm using direction 7 now. Don't just go straight across your paper. Direction 1, direction 7. There's the thickness of the skateboard. See? Has a little fiberglass kick fin so we can do 360s and stuff. And then there's his wheel, direction 1. There's the thickness of the wheel. He has those new bubble tires on his skateboard. Guideline in direction 7. Even the wheels are tilted. You see how they're tilting? They're all coming in the movement of this drawing. There's the foreshortened circle. Curve the end. There's the axle there, or the truck of the skateboard. And then I'll tone in the whole drawing on the left side. Give it some shading. Shade the left side of his leg. And I'm going to tone his jacket here again. If you want to, you can even put some designs like plaid and checkers going across. And then tone the left side of his shoe down here, and also the left side of each one of these wheels. Look, I'm going to put a shadow underneath here and make him really zoom in across by putting these lines coming out of the back of his skateboard and from the back of his body with action lines coming off here. He's just zooming across the paper, huh? Draw, draw, draw. Practice your drawing 20 or 30 minutes a day, and when you're practicing today, keep in mind that special art word, which is tilt.
Cindy the Dragon. Everyone is always drawing Cindy the Dragon. Oops. Hello. Are you a member of the Secret City Club? If not, you should be. All you need to do is send a drawing to the commander, and you automatically become a member of the Secret City Club. This week's club activity is to draw what you think Cindy the Dragon looks like. Here is a drawing by Sarah Vickers. This is what she thinks the large green beast looks like. Send your drawing to Secret City Club Post Office Box 444, Moraga, California, 94556, the United States of America, planet Earth, the universe.
Hello. Today I'd like to show you how to put your cartoon characters together and make them interact with one another in a flip book. I call it a flip book because that's exactly what the pages do. They flip. I've got one here, and it's called The Misfits, and I think you'll know why as soon as I open the booklet. It's 3 totally different characters, and when they interact with one another, first one here is a pilgrim in the stocks. I don't know where these characters come from. They just pop into my mind. The second one is that opera singer. I think she's from a Wagner opera, the big, hefty Viking woman. And there you can see she's singing with the notes. She always wears a Viking helmet with horns and those big, furry Viking boots. I love those. And the last character is a distinguished-looking butler. He looks very snooty with his nose in the air, and he's holding a tea service, and he's wearing a vest, red jacket, spats on his shoes. Little touches like this can really add something interesting to the picture. Of course, what happens is when you flip these pages, you notice that they're cut. When you flip them, unusual changes start to occur with the characters. I've never counted how many changes there are exactly, but you can really have some fun things happen with the booklet. I'm going to show you how to do it, and I brought some characters with me. I did these the other day. I've got Commander Mark here. These are all characters from the Secret City. And got Meta Man and Cindy, her arms hanging down, playing with his mustache. And, of course, Zebtron. Now, what I'm going to do is take these pages, cut them, and sandwich them together in that clip book. To make your own clip book, the first thing you need is a page. Now, you can make the pages any size you like, as long as each page is the same size as every other page in the booklet. And you can see I've divided this page into sections. First of all, I have a margin on the left-hand side of the page, and I've got 2 horizontal lines running from the margin all the way to the right-hand edge of the page. And every margin has to be the same thickness. Every head box, body box, and leg box on every page has to be the same size so that the characters line up. You'll notice, too, that I put a little dot right in the center, dead center on each line, so that you can center the head. You have a little reference point, and you can center the body. Now, just to show you how those parts of the character fit in, I'm going to draw a little head here. Just a simple cartoon head. A little cartoon body. I think to save time, I'll put the arms behind the back, and then the legs and feet in the bottom box. So the only thing you have to be careful about is making sure that you keep the arms and any props that the character uses inside of this box so that they don't hang down into the next box when the pages are flipped. Okay. Once you've got your characters drawn and you color them in, you do anything you want to with those characters. It's important, too, to make sure that each character is different so that the changes are funny. The next thing to do is to cut them and sandwich them in a book. Now, I have my characters here, and very lightly I have the pencil lines down each page, and what I'm going to do is cut them.
Hello, El Grosso.
Oh, hello, Zebtron.
Can
How are
I
you?
watch what you are doing?
Oh, sure. I'm just ready to cut the pages. You recognize this guy? Huh?
He is a handsome person.
Oh, yeah, handsome person. Yeah, I thought you might say that. Well, what we have to do now, in order to make this flip book, is to cut these pages along these light lines and sandwich them together. Now, I only have to cut 2 of the pages because we're going to have the last page stay flat. Since there's nothing behind it, those parts of the page don't have to flip. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a piece of cardboard so I don't cut the table. And if you notice, I've already scored the paper very lightly with the edge of an X-Acto knife down along this line so that the pages will bend and fold. So now I'm going to take my straight edge, and I'm going to cut it right up to the margin. I don't want to go through the margin because the margin is going to be what holds the booklet together. And it'll also allow me to staple them together. Okay, that's Meta Man. I think we'll cut Commander Mark. That's Cindy's arms. What do you think of Cindy's arms?
I think they are very green.
I thought you'd have a minimal reaction to that. You and Cindy get along, Zebtron?
Well, sort of.
Okay, all right. I think I better change the subject.
I do not understand how you get all of the parts of the body to line up.
Well, as I said before, on this page, we have a little dot here where the legs have to meet, a little dot where the head has to be centered, and I also try to keep the bodies the same width. In other words, your narrowest body can only be as wide as your widest set of legs.
You mean they must all connect?
Exactly.
Why do you say that?
Well, I try to complicate things. Yeah, okay. So I've got all my pages cut right up to the margin. Got 2 of the pages cut, and 1 of the pages is going to remain flat. I've also prepared a backing. The board that I cut my paper on is also going to become a backing. Now I'll have to line all 3 of these pages up at the edges, and we'll staple it here, right? Staple it here in the center, and staple it right here. Try to get them matching. And then we simply peel the pages back, and you can see how the costumes change, right?
I like that.
Let's see how your head looks on Commander Mark's body.
I look very handsome in Commander Mark's uniform.
Yeah, let's see how Commander Mark looks with your legs.
Not as good.
Not as good? Oh, okay. There's Meta Man, the Commander's outfit. There's a lot of different changes you can create just with 3 simple cartoon characters. I also made a Secret City cover that we can later put in place, and you've got your own Secret City flipbook. Okay?
Can we look at it one more time?
Sure. Yeah. All right, I know who you want to see. All right, let me get to him. I'll get to him. There he is. Okay?
I have some really super cool drawings to show you in the Secret City Gallery today. These are some kids that have practiced their drawing using all the magic words of drawing, plus they're using those art words. Now take a look at this. This is done by a Secret City Club member. He used foreshortening, he used overlapping and shading and size. Look at the little airplane back in the distance where he used nice foreshortening. Good drawing. He made it like you're looking outside of a cave with the stalactites and stalagmites and also the rocks and grass tusks. Good job. Let's see another drawing, another Secret City. This is done by a club member. Take a look at the shading on this one, the foreshortening. Lots of steps. And compared to the other Secret City we just looked at, which had a lot of square and hard corners, this is a very curved, very soft Secret City, isn't it? A different approach, different ideas. See, everybody has their own style. And as soon as you develop your own signature style, you can have more fun with your drawings. Look at that nice surface and nice foreshortening. You know what I do sometimes? I carry in my back pocket a little notepad, and whenever I think of ideas, if I'm walking around and I have an idea, I draw that idea down on my notepad so later on I can add it to my Secret City mural. Now, I had one of these ideas a couple days ago where I wanted to add a row of moonbots to the moonscape, with a row of moonbots walking toward the theater. And so I drew that little idea down on my notepad, and so I didn't forget it, and here it is right now. So you might want to do that. Get a blank notepad, carry it around with you all the time, so if ever you want to practice your drawing, or you want to jot down your ideas for your Secret City, you always have paper and you always have pencil with you, ready to write them down. I'm drawing the bottom part of the theater here. Now this is where all the big hits of the moon are played. The moonbot stars come here and visit. Okay? They like movies too up there. And then we'll add a few moonbots walking toward the moon. Now this moonbot's looking over his shoulder, trying to see what all the noise is, and there's a whole group of moonbots coming to join the line because I heard it's a big hit. It's the adventure of Super Moonbot. Okay? I'm going to draw the foreshortened circle, the near corners lower in the paper. I'll draw the two legs using surface a lot. And then this moonbot decided he was going to check out all that noise too, because he's not used to the moonbots making so much clamor. I guess this is going to be a big hit, this new movie. It's a good flick. And then we'll add some shading after I put the foreshortening in here. This moonbot sees one of its friends over there, so he's waving. And this moonbot is reaching up to get his ticket. I'll add a little bit of shading to each of these moonbots. I'm shading on the left side here, shading on the left side here, and all the way down. I want to add one more moonbot, actually going toward the movie theater up inside. Here's his round head, and you can see the side of his eye back here. See his neck. See how they get smaller as they go back into the back? They get hazier, they get less distinct. That's using density, right? As things get further away from you, you can barely see them in the drawing. Density. See all these magic words? Boy, once you learn these magic words, you can just really just confidently bulldoze over your piece of paper and really have a lot of control. Now, I want to see if you can recognize this magic word that Elmo's going to show you. I'm going to add the moonbots, shading, using surface, that magic word that Elmo just showed you. You noticed you picked that out of the drawing, didn't you, out of Elmo's animation? Surface, the near rock was lower in the paper than the far rock. Surface, it made that near rock look closer to you. That's the whole idea of these drawings, is to create that illusion. Little leg right here. And then I'll make the steps. See how the moonbots came out of this little volcano over here in this area, and they walk down the steps. They're coming along the roadway, so I'll have to complete the roadway so they're walking on something. I just can't have them floating around in space, right? So I'll draw the roadway back here. This is so fun. Drawing is so much fun. You can just take off with your imagination, huh? I really like expressing myself with my pencil here. If I'm in a happy mood, I'll draw a happy moonbot. If I'm in a bad mood, I'll draw a happy moonbot anyways. See? Gets you in a good mood, doesn't it? And then we'll draw a really tiny moonbot right here. To give you some more ideas on the Secret City, on your creations, take a look at my Secret City mural. Lots of ideas for your own Secret City, right? You can just go to town. The sky's the limit with your imagination. There's no limit. There's no rules when it comes to your creating your own Secret City, except for everything on the paper has to be unique and original. All the way down the left side, I'll shade the stand for the theater, so the theater has a nice three-dimensional look to it. There we go. And then I'll shade inside the theater. A nice, neat crosshatch technique. And then I want to make these little moonbots look like they're real, almost like they're sitting there on that road walking toward the theater by using shading. I bet you're teaching all your friends how to draw these moonbots too, aren't you? great. Teach everybody you know how to draw, and pretty soon everybody will be able to communicate what things look like on pieces of paper in 3D, three-dimensional drawing. I want to draw one more tiny moonbot back here in the background. Just a real faint picture because see, he's way back in the background so you can barely see the detail. There's his arm and his other arm and his antenna. Neat use of density as it gets further away. Draw, draw, draw. Practice your drawing every day. About, 20 or 30 minutes. Stay in a super positive attitude, and I'll see you next time.